Got all the branches all moved temporarily while they're drying out before I chip them. I do need to move. Tomorrow I'm going to start digging and prepping for my solar here. So this week I will be doing some solar. Today it's Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and also plant some blueberries over here. I want to get those in the ground. Let's see if I can get this stuff moved by hand. I may have to use a tractor. It's pretty heavy. Move, Sage. Oh, they are heavy. I think that's a good spot. I want to keep up this way a little bit. So, yeah, that wasn't light. Back in the good old days, that would have been nothing. But I don't work out anymore. I've determined that I want the post holes 12 feet apart on center. That'll give a little bit of an overhang for the frame. I could go 12 feet on outer edges, and that'd give me a 6-inch overhang. That might be the way to go. I got some stakes here. We'll go ahead and start staking in for this stuff, okay? I don't know what I've got lengthwise, but I think right here is a good spot. We'll measure from this point, and we'll see what 12 foot is. All right, that would be at 12 foot. And I want a little gap in between them. There. There we go. I need to get some twine. I'll be back with you. Ooh, that's kind of hard ground. So I'm going to plant these at 5 foot apart. All right, start with a little bit of fertilizer. Get out of that, Sage. I don't know why she thinks this stuff's good stuff. No! Or else this will go on top. So, let's get these things planted. After I throw a little water in, I gotta go grab some more water. It's a good start. I will have to get more water. Let's get these guys planted. All right, that's it for today. I just need to water the last couple blueberry plants I just planted. I've got 3 apple trees coming. I went ahead and ordered some more besides the blackberry. And I got to clear an area over here in the next day or so for the apple trees. I got an area over here that is just sagebrush. I need to clear out the sagebrush. The apple trees will do great right there with still some pines and firs around them, but that's okay. In here I got enough room to do an easy 3 or 4 more plants, blueberry plants if I want, and I probably will. I got 4 here. No guarantees they're going to live, but you know, that's why I'm going to get a few extras. Don't really want more than 6. That's what I had at my last place. Actually, I think I may have had 8. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I had 8. Looking at the line, I had a line about like this of them. So, yeah, do that again would be nice. Those were pretty great plants I had at that place. I don't know even what they were. They were there before I bought the home. I grew up eating blueberries and having blueberry plants in the backyard. I would eat them all the time, either frozen or just right off the vine. I enjoyed them, so I really miss not having them around. Probably the last 5 years I've been without any, except for when I go buy them from the store, and they're expensive. So I'd have to spend the money on the plants, plant them in my area here, and reap the rewards when they start bearing fruit. This will bear fruit this year probably. So will the other one over there. The other 2 will not, I'm sure, which is sad. Last year, this one, it bared fruit. That's suffering. Won't this year. Hopefully I can get 2 or 3 more of those, because they make big berries. And if I can get them to survive, that would be awesome. So, all right, that's it for today. All right, so I went ahead and finished out the 4 holes, and they're all about 26, 27 inches deep. I'll come back later after a little rain lands on them and more moisture gets down below. I'll try to dig them deeper and see what I can get. You kind of can see the difference in the soil, darker on the left, a little lighter on the right here. What happens after a couple feet in, I get into this little sandy soil, but it's also full of a lot of rocks in these holes. I made them big holes. I'm contemplating dropping 3 or 4 bags of concrete in each hole if I can't get much deeper. That'll help keep everything nice along the way here. So yeah, they're all about the same. I'm not going to worry about putting any sonotubes in or anything like that. I don't need to do any of that. That's just extra money. I'd rather just buy the bags of concrete and be done with it. I'll probably do like I did out here. I've never pulled the forms off, but I come up above the soil and outside the perimeter of the hole, as you can see, and that creates an extra support. These things could come off, but I've never had a problem with the solar here. And we're talking a bigger solar down there, but what are you looking for, Sage? Did you drop something down the hole? Your ball's right there. I got 3 apple trees coming. And they're shipping here today, I think, which means probably about 5 days. So I got a really good spot for them, but I got to clear all this sagebrush out in front of me. And then I originally down here cleared, I got a pile of sagebrush to chip. I had planted at one time some oak trees down here, and I've also planted down in here. You can see I have, if I get up here, you can see the stakes. Some white bark pines. I don't think any of them survived. I got one that I had right here. I think the cattle came and ate it. I had one over here. Wow, got a white bark pine still sitting here. It looks like it's still alive. So I'll try to work with it and see if I can't keep it alive. The cool thing about the white bark pine is the needles, you can actually make a tea from the needles of white bark pine. You can't really do that with the ponderosa pine or anything else, but these guys you can. So yeah, I just need to kind of clean up the grass around this. I'm going to come in here and scrape. So I need to be careful. I need to pull that stump out. Let's see if there's a white bark pine here still. Nope. Gone. No more. I have one more spot over here. And I think I had a few other spots, but yeah, there's nothing here. They're completely gone. The cattle come in here and eat them. It's heavy. Looks like I could. At this point, I can get a strap around it and maybe tie it to this and lift it out of the hole. It's a huge rock, very large, but yeah, I don't see any other way. No. It's a tight fit. There we go. Maybe. If rock slipped, man, I'd be doomed. Both hands would get pinched. You know, obviously it's too heavy a rock for me to move. So, careful is the plan. All right, that's part of the arsenal. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm just going to try it with the one for now. That's all I've got to work with. It's coming off the rock, so the rock's up. See if I can't move it without losing it in here. Move, Sage. Okay. Yeah, we're good now. Well, that was a workout. I think that's good enough for in here. That was probably overkill. And we'll see how that plant does. Managed to keep it alive. I still got a couple spots to fix over here, but it's good enough. I mean, yeah, I'll fix that, and then I should be able to plant in here now. I just got to determine where I want to put them, take the tape measure, keep them around 15, 20 feet away. They say 20 feet. I think 20 feet, if I can keep them 20 feet away from each other, like one here, one way over there, one up here, kind of a triangle of them, that will work. I do have some other trees here that are close, but I may take out a couple of these little trees later. Not at first. While the plants are getting established, the trees, maybe as they get bigger, then I'll do it. That's it for now. Come on, Sage. Come on. Let's plant an apple tree. I think this one's a Honeycrisp. We'll take a look at the name tag. So I've already taken care of this area the other day. The holes are all dug. So far, this is the only tree that came, which is about a 4-foot. Yeah. They got the tag upside down, don't they? Anyways, it's a... Hopefully you can see that. Honeycrisp. Sage, no play. All right. So anyways, I expect in a couple more days having the rest of them probably. I know they've shipped. And I'll have all the plants that I'm going to want for now until I can get the blueberries I'd like to get. Wow. Whew. So, no. No, Sage. I know you like this stuff. No. All right, that should do the trick for this tree. I'm out of fertilizer, at least this stuff. I have more somewhere I gotta find. This one's the first one. I'll probably move this tag. I got this through Walmart, and it was about $96 or something like that. It was a lot less than some of these other ones that I'm buying that are probably smaller. I think 3 foot tall, so probably right around this height. We'll see when I get them. I said no, Sage. I don't even see her. Oh, yeah, I do. So, I threw it up there, Sage. That's the problem. She goes a direction before I throw it because I've never trained her. Even though she should naturally be this way, Sage. Yes. Well, not quite. Yes. No. Yes. To the right. I don't know my right, so she went left. Okay. Well, that's it for this. All right, last night I came down here in the dark because there was cows I could hear. It turned out there was a mother and her calf out in here. They didn't damage anything. I've got the one apple tree here, and I've got some others coming this week. So I'm just getting back. It's late afternoon. It took a half a day to go and buy some fencing for this area. I had to buy 100 foot of fencing. I got it figured out. I'm going to go 29 feet in length because I got the trees 20 foot apart each in a triangle. And I'm going to have a gate, about a 4 foot gate. I'm going to have to make the gate. I didn't want to buy one. They wanted like $130 for a gate. And I can make one for near nothing. That will do the job. So I bought 6 foot fencing. I got a roll of it behind me here. And I picked up, I think it was 12 T-posts. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out. I'm going to do a 29 foot length, the fence at the back side here. I'm going to do a 29 foot also on the front. That side, I'm doing a 19 foot fence. This side, I'm doing a 23 foot fence for width. And the reason it's a 19 foot fence is I'm going to put that 4 foot gate in there. So that way I can just start right in the middle. Well, just off the middle here. I'll calculate what I want to do and start my fence so it's all one continuous fence I won't have to cut. And then I'll end and I'll have a 4 foot gap. And I'll just build my gate accordingly. I'll put in the framework for it and then I'll build my gate for it and put a latch on it. I believe I have a latch, one of the ones that you can close and it'll just slam shut. So if I have that still, and I think I do, I just got to find it up in storage. And that'll save me a little bit of money on hardware. But hinges, I should have some hinges too, but if I can't find them, obviously I'll have to buy some. So I can temporarily block it. So it's just right the second I just want to get the fence up. Then I got to go up to the garden area because this morning when I got up, there was, I don't know if it was the same mother and calf, but there was cows up here. And one of them did chew the top off of one of my small blueberry plants, probably the calf. And they were all through there. You can see the hoof prints. So I'm going to take the fencing that I have around the gazebo build area, and I'm just going to undo 3 sides and then spin it on around and take care of the whole garden area. All right, I got my old trusty DeWalt 100 foot tape measure. Never failed me. I've had it for years. Everything else I've ever gotten doesn't last. This guy's definitely tough. Get an idea how 29 foot looks here, past the dig points anyway. I still got to run a twine on this end where the gate's not going to meet so that I'm square. But we wanted a total of 23 foot, I believe. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I went to go get that tape measure. On the way back, lo and behold, Mom and her baby calf were coming through here from back that way. Yeah, and I was like, oh, good thing I'm doing this. Because I know that calf's going to get me in, or get itself into trouble, or get me into trouble with me. Because I won't be happy about myself if I don't do this. All right. Well, like I said, now it's diagonals. We'll just start with this one. And I just need them to be equal. I don't worry about figuring out what they're supposed to be. I just work them. I used to try to calculate it out and all that stuff. What a pain in the butt. I'm telling you what. It is warm. All right. Oh, I think we're on the money. Close enough. 1/4 inch off of 37. So I am 37 diagonals, and that puts me where I need to be. I'll double. Yeah. Okay, so that's good enough for these. It'll be charred up above the holes a little bit. And yeah, I think we'll start out with this, give this stuff some time. I am going to do the gazebo out here. I'll just do that later. Or the gazebo, I'm sorry. Pergola, I guess you call them. So I'll do a little arch here or something, or flat top with some slats maybe. Maybe do some lattice on the sides of it so that when I put grapes down, the grapes can climb the lattice and then go over the top and merge. And I'll try to find a good table grape, something that's a good eating grape on the table, and then just keep it managed. I think that'll work nice. I think eventually, may take a few years, but eventually I think it'll be a really nice little setup, and with the apple trees and stuff in here will be kind of neat. So yeah, good place to come pick some apples and some grapes. It would be nice. I had some grape plants, they didn't survive. So again, probably because I really feel like when I get the plants, I just need to get them planted as soon as possible. And that's why I'm concentrating on this right now, because I do have more plants coming and I do want to succeed at that. So That including the fact I got to worry about the pH of the soil, since it is forest soil that I'm working with. This is not an area that ever had anybody here. It's raw land that I'm making into my home. So that being said, I'll see you guys when I get back to working this. I got to put some lunch on for the moment, and the day's just flying by. See you in a bit. There we go. All right. I'm gonna put some oil on here. That should help protect it. So 8 foot's about here. That's the minimum I wanted, which this will help close off a couple inches of this gap here that I'm going to end up having. Let's check our level both directions again. I should have got 7-foot post. I was just thinking of reach, but I could have made it work, I'm sure. Anyway, I assume the fence is going to be a couple inches taller. But the majority of it's held here. Nothing's really going to try and get over it, I don't think. They're 5-foot fences. So a couple inches of it over it, I think we'll be fine. If it doesn't work out and it gives me problems, I'll just have to change out the poles one at a time later. Nice. I can hopefully line that up the way I want. Maybe. Yeah, these bigger fences, they definitely create a lot more work. All right. Wrong way. Yeah, that's, as long as I don't pull too hard. I mean, I got this one kind of going bad, but I can straighten that back up. I feel like this is going to function for me. Yeah. Let's go. Good girl. All right, I made a fatal error. I pulled two of the cords up, but I neglected to pull this cord up, and when I backed up, I landed on it and yanked it out of here. And in the process of that, I took the black wire that was on here and completely yanked it out of its connector. Unfortunately, it goes right over here. Now, I may be able to fix that connector, but I also have grabbed I got some cheap plastic ones. I had one left. I can find it in my pocket. Since I got all the screws for this thing in here too. But I could maybe fix this. But I have this. And it's not so tall it couldn't work. I think. It just came out of my hand. That could be the fatal error again, because I don't think I have a second one. Oh, I found it. Anyway. Is it the same size? Yeah, it looks like it's the same size. So rather than fiddle with this one right now, I'm going to try this one. Which means a couple things have to happen here. So this green wire will have to get hooked up through here and going to the bottom, because this covers everything here. So I need basically to cut this down to here. So I need to go, this knife might still be sharp enough to do it. And I'll just start working through this. We'll see if we can get this thing to work. Then I'll cut the wires even. I don't think I grabbed any pliers. They make an actual tool for doing that sort of thing. But that'd be easier. Butt connect this one. I think that's what I'm going to do, is go grab a butt connector. May do that with the green too. Actually, it worked pretty good. If it does, should. Don't want to do that again. Let's plug it in. Just give it a quick test. Okay, we're back in business. That's what counts. Luckily I have the connectors and stuff to work with. Well,
just now hitting the sandy stuff. About 22 or 23 inches. On the high side anyway. Right there, huh? There, I think that'll hold it. Right there. Right there. If I can keep it there, I will be good to go. Haven't forgot about this. I haven't forgot about this. That corner looked way better than the last one. The first one, I mean. It's seeing we have enough
to cover the doorway of this stuff. I didn't think I'd have enough, but I will. I can make a door frame, staple this to it. I think that'll still keep the cattle from trying to roam in there. I'm not thinking that they'll try to knock anything over. I saw the gates were 120 bucks. It's like, forget that. And that's just the gate without the hinges. You still got to buy the latch and hinges for them. So, yeah. I'd rather just make my own. This isn't super nice. It's okay. It'll work. Like I said, I've learned a lesson. After I square it off, get my wood corners in place, do 3 posts on each one, like I've seen other people do around these parts. And I'm pretty sure as I wrap around that, everything will stay nice and secure, and the fence will come out nice. Kind of like this corner is the best corner. That corner is a great corner, but these 2 corners suck. But these 2 corners, so I got half of it right. But still, it's weak corners, just the same. I'm not real pleased with that design. Just 1 T-post on the corner. I've seen it done better than what I've done, but I won't do that again. That's just me. So, live and learn. That's all for today.